Universalizing Religion versus Ethnic Religion by Lorelei Fong, Ariel Offord, Ashley Yang, Brianna Lee, and Amethyst Gray. To begin, universalizing religion relies on appealing to all types of cultures and backgrounds. It is primarily reliant on a universal message or doctrine that can be applied to all types of people, upholding a broad set of beliefs as well as practices. Another type of religion is ethnic religion. In contrast to universalizing religion, ethnic religion is primarily practiced by a specific ethnic group that correlates with the religion through cultural and traditional similarities. For example, Japan is home to one ethnic religion, Shintoism. Shintoism follows the principles of respecting elders, much like how, in Japanese culture, they respect elders by pouring tea for them. I'm currently in Brazil, which is known for their strong religious faith, but surprisingly, neither universalizing nor ethnic religion originate from here. The main hearths for both the universalizing and ethnic religions include the Middle East and South Asia. The host for some universalizing religions such as Christianity, Islam, and Buddhism is the Fertile Crescent for Christianity, Mecca for Islam, and the Ganges Valley region for Buddhism. The host for a few of the ethnic religions are Iran for Baha'i, the Fertile Crescent for Judaism, the Indus River Valley region for Hinduism, China for Confucianism and Taoism, and Japan for Shintoism.
Today we are in Turks and Caicos, where Christianity is the most common religion here. But it didn't start here, as Christianity's hearth is actually in Jerusalem. So how did it get here? The diffusion of different religions really depend on whether they are universalizing or ethnic. Universalizing religions like Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, and Sikhism are spread through contagious diffusion. For example, direct contact through missionaries or trade routes like the Silk Road, where Buddhism spread from India to Northern Asia, China, and Mongolia. Universalizing religions also spread through hierarchical diffusion, which could be, for example, influence of leaders or authorities who encourage their followers to convert. For example, like Emperor Constantine, were crucial to the spread of Christianity in Europe and areas of the Mediterranean Sea. They also spread through stimulus diffusion, which is like religious practices that are adapted and modified as they spread to new areas. The way ethnic religions diffuse differs significantly from the way universalizing religions diffuse, as ethnic religions are not seeking converts. Ethnic religions like Judaism and Hinduism spread through relocation diffusion, is when people with that ethnic religion migrate and move to new areas, and they take that religion and its practices and beliefs with them. This choropleth map below shows the religions of the world, and you can clearly see Christianity, which is a universalizing religion, is dominant in many regions of the world outside of its hearth. Unlike, say, an ethnic religion like Judaism, which is mostly only in Israel, which is the hearth of its religion. This clearly shows how differently universalizing and ethnic religions are diffused throughout the world.
Right now I'm in Japan, where the dominant religion is Shintoism. But why don't people practice this in many other places of the world? In this portion, we'll go into examples of religions across the world, focusing on both universalizing religions, which seek to appeal to all people, and ethnic religions, which are closely tied to cultural or ethnic groups. First, we have Zoroastrianism. Zoroastrianism is an early monotheistic religion that dates back to around 600 BC. Zoroastrians speak Avestan and Zoroastrian dowry. It emphasizes the motto good thoughts, good words, and good deeds. A lot of its followers are in India, with a smaller amount in places like the US, Canada, Iran, Iraq, Uzbekistan, and so on. Next, we have Judaism. Judaism is an ethnic monotheistic religion which dates back to around 2000 BCE. Many Jews speak Hebrew or Yiddish. Key traditions include keeping kosher, resting on Sabbath, and reading from the holy book Torah. Important sacred sites include the Western Wall and the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. The majority of its followers are in Israel. Only few Jews are found anywhere else due to reasons like forced migration or voluntary settlement. Next, we have Shintoism. Shintoism is an ethnic polytheistic religion which dates back to around 500 BC. Shintoism is known for its traditional ceremonies, belief in many kamis or gods, and the four affirmations, which include tradition and family, love of nature, and physical cleanliness. Some people practice Buddhism as well, since Shintoism is mainly found in Japan, not many other countries follow it. Now, this ethnic religion was founded by Confucius in 551 BCE. His teachings emphasize respect, education, and proper conduct. This religion does not believe in a deity and is more of a philosophy than a religion, which some may call this an ethnic belief system. Since this is a philosophy, people tend to practice other religions as well. The universalizing monotheistic religion that began in the 19th century. This religion promotes unity, gender and racial equality, and world peace. Many houses of worship can be found around the world, with the most popular being the Lotus Temple located in India. Sikhism, a universalizing monotheistic religion that dates back to around 1500 CE. Sikhs are followers of Guru Nanak, and their core belief is in one God. They emphasize equality, service, and devotion.
Now on to the cultural landscape. Cultural landscapes are the visual imprints of a religion on the earth, usually in the form of architecture, ancestors, or land use patterns. The cultural landscapes of universalizing religions are often more widespread all over the world, often changing according to the location to which they diffuse, have beliefs concerning how all people should use the land of the earth, and are often open to all people. For instance, Sikhism, a universalizing religion, believes that all people should take care of the environment. They believe in using as few natural resources as possible to make sure that they are distributed equally. Their gurdwaras, or places of worship, are found all over the world, and each has 4 doors, symbolizing that they are open to all people regardless of race, religion, gender, or status. Their architecture is very similar across gurdwaras, with a few key rooms dedicated to different devotional activities, like communal dining halls and spacious worship rooms. Yet some differences in design can be seen in varying parts of the world. To exemplify, here are 2 gurdwaras, one located in the Punjab region of India, left, and the other located in San Jose, California, right. They share the symbolic 4 doors and similar arches and domes, but still have a few differences in height and structure due to being located in different areas. On the other hand, ethnic religions have cultural landscapes that are often centralized in one area, or are relocated to new areas by the migration of pre-existing followers. These cultural landscapes are very specific to the culture of the people living there and are often uniform throughout. Likewise, the cultural landscape of Judaism is found primarily in Israel, the homeland, and in small communities in other areas like the US and some European countries. Jewish people believe that God brought them to the Holy Land of Israel to live protected from enemies. So now Israel has the most prominent Jewish cultural landscape. Jewish cemeteries and architecture include many Jewish symbols, such as the menorah, the Star of David, and Hebrew inscriptions. The lighting of menorahs and the setup of sukkahs in public places are common visual cues to the public observance of Jewish holidays, and therefore the presence of a strong Jewish culture, such as in this picture of a public celebration of the Jewish holiday Hanukkah at the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin, Germany. There are also some cases where elements of a universalizing religion mix with the elements of an ethnic one, resulting in a new cultural landscape. This is considered to be a type of syncretism. A common example is the cultural landscape of Shintoism, an ethnic religion. The earliest shrines were very simple, as seen here, with thatched roofs and walls. But with the introduction of Buddhist beliefs from China in the 6th century, the shrines became more elaborate over time, as shown here. This caused very ornate Shinto shrine complexes to be constructed, yet each shrine still representing a deity or important ancestor and including the entrances known as Torii gates that serve as doors to the spiritual world. In addition to a main hall for worshippers to pray, a smaller hall for deities, and a ritual area, according to Shinto traditions. This incorporation of the architectural style of Buddhist pagodas with the traditional beliefs and activities of the Japanese religion perfectly shows how the expansive nature of the cultural landscapes of universalizing religions interacts and contrasts with the localized customs and aspects of the cultural landscapes of ethnic religions.
Now, when faced with questions about universalizing religion and ethnic religion, here are some things you could take away, such as hearse. The hearse of both universalizing and ethnic religions help differentiate them from one another and give them their own unique historical origin. You could also think about cultural landscapes.
The nature of cultural landscapes is different for universalizing and ethnic religions. Universalizing religions have dispersed cultural landscapes that vary in different parts of the world, whereas ethnic religions often have clustered cultural landscapes that have little to no variations in elements, even in separated areas. Moreover, the elements of universalizing and ethnic religions may influence one another, producing new syncretic cultural landscapes.
Along with that, you could also talk about diffusion.
To recap, it is important to understand the difference between how universalizing versus ethnic religions diffuse. Ethnic religions do not seek active converts and they tend to stay inside of its hearth. But when it does diffuse, it typically is by relocation diffusion. Meanwhile, universalizing religions are open to converts and typically diffuse from its hearth to many other regions of the world by hierarchical, stimulus, or contagious diffusion.
And to conclude all the information we've learned today,
for a recap, religions around the world vary widely in beliefs, traditions, and geographic distribution. Whether universalizing or ethnic, each plays a unique role in shaping the cultures and communities where they are found. Crazy kids all like the bitch door, so let 'em in, let 'em in.